So James obviously got a ton of action last year. You guys had some struggles, admittedly, in the run game. So, what's your thought this year going into this? Is this group better? You and the guys around you?
So yeah, I definitely realized our struggles last year running the ball, but I really believe that this offseason, our buy-in from just our group in general is a lot higher than it was last year. We have some guys last year that kind of just were there, but this year we have no egos. We have a really good group, and our entire starting line, all the way back to our third strings, have really put in a lot of work this offseason to improve. Our footwork has been a lot better. And honestly, this quarantine from March till now has been really, really good for us because Coach Moore had us on Zoom meetings every day, and we really know the scheme and all of our IDs and everything across the board really well now.
Next question is from Jared Siri. Go ahead, Jared.
Hey James, I'm curious. How's fatherhood treating you, especially with leading up into a season, especially one that's been as crazy as this one?
It's going good. It's going really good. My wife has been a real key point in keeping it together. She took it upon herself to really take care of Riot and really make sure she's getting everything she needs while I'm gone for 10 hours a day, especially during camp. She did a really, really good job, and I'm really thankful for her for that. But it's definitely different, but I enjoy it, and it's the best job I'll ever have.
Next question from John Antonic.
You're a former defensive lineman, and you're now an O lineman. How much has the learning curve been for you? Where are you at with that? I'm sure there's still a lot you have to learn. Walk me through that a little bit.
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot that I still have to learn. I think the learning curve was a lot worse last year than it is this year, just because that I came fresh over during spring, so I had a couple weeks to learn the offense before decisions were made about depth charts and everything. So, but like I said in the earlier question, this quarantine has been really good because we all stayed in Zoom meetings and really learned the offense from the back of our hands to the front.
Sean Manning, go ahead.
James, I'm going to piggyback off Jared's question real quick about fatherhood. You have about a month on Michael Brown now. Has he asked you for any advice, or have you guys pretty much just stick to football?
We get into conversation about fatherhood every once in a while. It was really good. It's nice to have another dad on the O-line. We both know the struggles that we're going to go through, and we can kind of pick each other up if anything's going bad. So I'm glad that he's in this with me.
Kevin Kinder is next. Go ahead, Kevin.
Got to recalibrate here quickly. Sean got on my follow-up question. That's a good one. You mentioned a little bit about the difference between last year and this year and learning online. Do you feel like the improvements that you're making that you hope to ride, were those more technical things? Were they assignment? Were they just, hey, where you've got to exert your will, be more physical? Where are those improvements do you feel are coming from?
So I feel like our improvements came from definitely being more physical. This is one of the more physical groups that I've been with since I've been here. Mike Brown is nasty. He always tries to finish people in practice, and the coaches kind of have to tell him to lay off a little bit. So as Coach Moore always says, he'd rather tell you to slow up than giddy up. So that's a big improvement for us. Chase is nasty. He's a relentless player. He stays on his blocks. Our technical footwork and everything has gotten a lot better. Coach Moore implemented a new drill where we have T-boards, and it really got our footwork right. And then I just feel like our knowledge from online learning is so much better. If you just look from last year, there was a kind of a delay between people wanting to know where to go and who to go to. And then now it's everybody on the O-line knows exactly what to do right when the play is called. So it's a big improvement from last year.
Back to you, John.
Curious, what's it been like blocking the other guys, particularly the new guy, Metsador? Looks like they've got some guys over there that are pretty athletic, pretty quick, have the ability to get in the backfield, a little bit of a get off. What are you seeing from some of the guys that you're blocking?
So Messador is probably the best young guy I've seen that's come in here. He reminds me a lot of Dante Stills when he first got here. So he definitely has some potential here. He's one of my least favorite people to block on defense, next to Darius and Dante, but he's definitely going to be in the mix this year.
Is it quickness? Is it power? Is it that first step? What's the challenge with him?
It's honestly all the above. He's quick he has really good hands, and then he's deceivingly strong. He doesn't look like he'd be a strong guy, but he is.
Next question from Mike Kazaza. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, James, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Two subtle changes for you, I guess. You played a little bit of right last year, but a little bit of left. I guess not about half and half, but left, the difference between that and right. And also, you could look to your side last year and talk to seniors who've seen a lot of football. Quite different this year, where the guy on your left is going to be looking over talking to you. Are you prepared for being the McKibbitts or the Kelby of that situation now?
To be honest, I feel like I don't have to play that role this year. I feel Junior has put in a lot of work this offseason to really know the offense, and I feel really comfortable with him next to me, that knowing he knows what he's going to do. And then there's no really difference from left to right to me. It's just a different stance, and just you have to flip the plays in your head. So that's the only difference for me.
Sean, go ahead.
I know you guys are probably sick of hearing about the running game, but now that we're in game week, where do you think you guys stand overall with that heading into the game?
You know, our goal from last year all through the offseason to the Saturday is going to be the most improved offensive line in the country, and I truly believe that we will be. Like I said continuously, we have put in a lot of work over the offseason. I trust everybody on the O-line, and they all trust me, and I trust Coach Moore, and I trust our coaching staff that we honestly will be the most improved O-line in the country.